What's up, everybody? Red Wolf here, and today we have some more delicious information for Mecha Break. So, July 28th is the next patch for Mecha Break, and this is going to have the adjustments for a multitude of strikers and some quality of life things. We'll just jump right into it here. So, first out the gate, shout outs to the Mecha Break team while they're going to San Diego Comic-Con. They actually dropped a stream regarding this, and I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown so you don't have to worry about all of the shenanigans in between. Of course, you know, things are subject to change, especially it was more of a translation, but I feel more comfortable than we did last time. Either way, it's time to get to it. First up, they talked about various strikers, but first, Falcon's radar ability kit is going to get kind of buffed in the sense that you can now deactivate it earlier to get a reduction on your cooldown. They mentioned some people think Falcon was weak with the damage, but the thing is, they pointed out it's not necessarily weak. It's that so many strikers have so much anti-air, like anti-missile capabilities. It definitely has to shine through, but its mobility is top notch. But they definitely pointed that out. It isn't Falcon's fault, it's the other strikers. So rest assured, Falcon users, you'll now be able to use that radar ability a lot more, especially if you, like, you know, destroy your target, kill your enemies. You have a long cooldown. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Yay. Elusiveness, not too heavy of adjustments here. Elusiveness, the ground energy has been changed, so basically you'll have more energy on ground. I think that was the biggest takeaway from that. Up next, we have the Dinosaur Brothers. I love the Dino Brothers thing. It's real cool. Tricera and Stego. They mentioned how Stego has a lot of defenses, and they are essentially nerfing a few things with Tricera. Now, it's more so because the synergy with Tricera and Stego is so strong, so keep that in mind here. Now, one thing they're doing is they're making it so the anti-air drones, you know, the ones that automatically come out in your sentry or turret form, you know, destroy missiles, those are still here, but I think they're going to speed up how often they shoot. Can't quote me on that one. I'm almost certain they are. But I am certain that they are changing how it reloads. So they can only reload when you're not in your sentry / turret form. So you have to keep track of it. The rotation speed and turning speed to like track targets has been slightly decreased. And it's a little bit easier for light strikers to contend with or deal with it. Stego, on the other hand, turning speed has been decreased. Stego's smoke and Tricera together is very strong. So they feel like the length of the smoke makes it overpowered. So the duration of lingering smoke is decreased by half, I believe. And the function can no longer be exploded by, you know, grouping up, using it, and whatnot. Now, the time lapse is based on current cooldown, and it's adjusted from 22 to 30 seconds. So, mind you, Stego's defense capability is lowered because these adjustments will like kind of pose a challenge. So they said, I'm interested to see what Stego and Tricera main users will say about this. But again, quick recap for the Dino Brothers. Tricera, anti-air drones. They can only reload not in sentry form. You're increasing anti-air intervals. You should also, for Stego, watch out, be very mindful of your turning speed. For Tricera and Stego, and your smoke has been nerfed in terms of how long it lasts, and the cooldown has been increased. Now, Welkin, very strong striker. Everyone's been waiting for this. Essentially, the force field for Striker only lasts for 8 seconds in total instead of 12. The cooldown is still 24 seconds. Now, each early second deactivation, it'll be reduced a few seconds, whatnot. So you can deactivate it to kind of work on that cooldown. I'm very interested to see how that's going to play. Hopefully it doesn't become like a toggle tech thing, but we'll see. We'll see. Now, damage of its second hit and third hit in the combo has been nerfed as well, and the spinning slash requires more energy to do now. So energy management is required more. And again, this isn't like all the hard numbers, but this is just giving you guys an idea of what's going to happen with these nerfs and adjustments. Narukami Now, they mentioned Norakami isn't doing well, so what they're doing is they're increasing Norakami's energy capacity. The decoy drone range has been increased, the jump height has been increased, and the stealth field can now lock into a friend slash ally and deploy camo drones. That's really cool. Really dope. I like the idea of having the area stuff for allies. Up next, Hurricane. Y'all know my bread and butter. Yes, sir. So, Hurricane was a striker, and I've said this before, it had a very low pick rate, but they're basically increasing the damage of the main weapon and sustained damage. They're making I believe, the reload or shots to reload a little bit longer, like maybe 4 seconds instead of 3 seconds, but they're going to make its charge shots more stronger on stationary targets. So again, the reload time has for this weapon has been increased, but they increased the output, the damage output for the regular shot and the charge shot. Now, they also mentioned, this is really cool, the force field drone has been changed. You can now also cast or, execute this on a target ally like Murakami's change, which I love this. I love this so much. I don't have to worry about running somewhere. I'm like, man, I don't want to run in there and do that. But this is a game changer for me personally. I love this. Also, another great change. Oh, this is chef's kiss. We called it decoy drone. So they mentioned how the stagger duration was very short with Hurricane. Especially, it felt very useless when you're getting jumped by melees and whatnot. Now, if one of your decoy drones is touched by anyone, may it be running into or hitting it, it'll explode and it'll stun the enemy for like 1.5 or 1.6 seconds. I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm very happy with that. I can't tell you how excited I am to do that and bait people into getting stunned. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Hopefully we'll see more Hurricane users too, because y'all, like I said, I love Hurricane a lot. So they also mentioned Sky Raider. They're increasing the sidearm damage. Sky Raider drones, similar to Stego, will only reload in striker form, not your aerial form. Sky Raider's powerful, so they did decrease the field interference missile period for a little bit. They did also increase its ability to be awesome, because they mentioned how fighting a Falcon, Skyrider versus a Falcon, it's going to come down to more skill based and having people play around the openings. Also, again, this is because they mentioned these strikers are very strong because they have things that can just kind of disable Falcon's kit, essentially, or its offensive capabilities with its missiles, because it has like 2 missiles, right? So it's really cool. I'm really glad that they explained some of this stuff. Up next, they said Aquila is very strong. Oh man, Aquila getting hit with the Nerf bat as well. And it's performing very strongly in Mash Mac, even in regular Verge or Ace match. But they are changing this bad boy. So they are making it so the energy consumption in air is going to double now. The energy cooldown threshold has been increased. So if you run out of energy, you'll have to wait longer. Also, your air energy recovery has also been nerfed. And essentially, Aquila will no longer be able to stay in the air forever. You're going to have to come down at some point, which I don't mind. I don't mind that, because a lot of times Aquila can just stay away and just punish people. Mind you, running a Mash Mac, it's a whole nother story when you have to deal with Aquila so often, just taking them shots up and afar. It's frustrating at times. So they did mention that because of it having 2 energy gauges, this was kind of the reason it was happening. Panaka, they mentioned, doesn't need too many changes. They did increase the size of that lock-on reticle, I believe. Otherwise, it's doing well. Inferno is a very powerful striker with teammates, but they realized when it's alone, it doesn't have any of that, usability. It's a good team striker, but it can't do anything on its own in comparison. But with that being said, bro, this is crazy. They're increasing the jump height, the dash and ascend speed is increased with the booster kit. The energy consumption has been reduced for ground and air energy. Oh man, it is crazy, bro. I'm excited. It can now perform more evades, and the hovering ability stays the same with other area upgrades. So nothing actually got nerfed. If anything, it got buffed. So it's really, really cool. That booster kit being adjusted is really, really cool. And they also increased the spacing that its evade has when you're in the booster mode. Serenith, slightly below average, low sustainability. They're going to make it so auxiliary 1, the disruption grapple or whatever it was, can now not only grapple an enemy and do what it did before, but now it can do a minor stagger. Mind you, they mentioned it because there was a delay initially with this ability swapping your enemies or your opponent's HUD. So they're going to implement a light stagger, not like a regular crazy explosion stagger, but just to kind of give you some ability. And they also are making it so you can use auxiliary 2. It's the same, but it can now cancel or break stagger or CCFX. So I like that a lot. It's super cool. The energy consumption has changed on ground and in air, has a little bit more energy to run with. The sidearm orbital strike now does more damage. Now, that was pretty much it for the striker overviews. As far as Mashmak goes, they're making the gliders have the ability with the Quila. When you dodge, you can break enemy lock-ons. Again, they mentioned the higher the level of the glider, the faster it can move and the more it can evade, etc., etc. Now, they're also talking about Mashmak, where the normal mode will now have 6 different extraction points, so it'll be 3 pairs of extraction points at the lower difficulty. They'll also be adding a new mechanic, the rocket launch pads, essentially where you'll be able to come across rocket pads throughout Mashmak, and once you destroy, I believe they said these certain control panels or something, you'll be able to actually deposit items to send off. So it's basically like a free cargo rocket, which is super cool. I like that a lot. I'm glad they're gonna do that. So hopefully we can experience that as well. Now, again, keep in mind you have to destroy specific control panels to activate this ability. It's really cool. Another really neat thing we'll be seeing here is paint can previews. Finally, bro. Finally. Now you'll be able to preview some of those paint can colors without actually having to go in the menu and do all that stuff. Very excited. They also added more voice channels. So if you're in a squad and you just want to talk to maybe, 1 or 2 friends instead of all the randoms, you can do that now. And I think that's really cool. They said they're going to be working on the readability in the game. You'll now be able to do batch claim and batch destroy, batch listing and batch claim in the marketplace. So you can also list your items in your inventory directly. Really cool. Aside from that, custom Stellaris trailer shown. Super cool. It wasn't translated, but it looked really, really dope. I'm really excited to see that. They showcased new outfits. Looks really cool. Reminds me of something Zex would wear. And I'm definitely getting that outfit. Channel my inner Zex Marquis. Now, another mention, the next update should be August 11th with a peek into the new striker. Now, they mentioned the new striker will not be launched until next season, but during this, they're kind of give us a tease or a sneak peek at what's going to be happening or coming out the next season, which is totally fine. They don't have to rush it. Let stuff cook. Let it come out and be on point. You know what I'm saying? They're also going to tease some more tier rewards, new outfits, and essentially, like I said, it's going to be a preview of a new season. Now, I know this video was kind of long, kind of jumping back and forth. I just had the time to actually review the stuff, so I wanted to kind of get this guys out to you before it's too long. You should expect this patch to drop, July 28th? Again, July 28th, y'all. July 28th, patch drop. When those patch notes comes out, we might do another video. If you guys want me to go over those patch notes like I did before, let me know, because I think it'll be pretty cool, really fun. I think you guys really reacted and responded very well to that. So that's all I have for you guys. Let me know in the comments. Are you excited for these nerfs? Are you excited for these buffs? What are you most excited for? I'm ready. Hurricane, ready to strike, baby. Let's get it. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Until next time, stay out of trouble and none but love. Peace.